Alright, lords and ladies, welcome back to the Exiled Diary. This is episode 4 and we will go forward into the flooded depths to kill the Dweller of the Deep. Now, what kind of lord do we get in this episode? I do not know, We will go over the cliffside area thingy after this, so yeah. Ooh, a silver coin, nice. So we can get a prophecy. Boom. Oh wait, it doesn't Molten Shell doesn't explode if its shielding hasn't expired. That's interesting. Well, you know, if the enemies do not break your shield, if it expires, then it doesn't explode. If your enemies break your shield, then it explodes. Come on. Yeah! And it explodes for quite a lot of damage too. Quite a lot. Because... yeah. It kind of deals half of my, you know, physical attack, and if you've noticed, the Marauder deals quite a lot of physical damage. So if a spell that just focuses on elemental damage deals around half of your physical damage, then you gotta give it credit for the damage that it deals. Also, the reason why I'm, you know, dealing so much physical damage is because I have a 24% increased physical damage, you know, belt, which also gives nice boosts like torn damage. That's why they almost kill themselves if they attack me without, you know, breaking the shield. If they break the shield, they will kill themselves surely, but without breaking the shield, they can also kill themselves. Like that guy here, he is about to kill himself. Yeah. Well, break his shell in any case. Why do I get so many silver coins now? Jesus. Is it because a prophecy I, you know, activated didn't go, you know, didn't actually activate? That the game is now sort of self-conscious about, oh wait, we promised you something, but we didn't deliver. Whoops. Because of so. That's nice. Let's keep Molten Shell up, because it gives quite a lot of armor. Although armor doesn't, you know, give more magical defense, which these enemies do. The drifting eye enemies. Come on and die. Thank you. Alright. This is the correct way, maybe? I don't know. Hopefully. Well, I guess it's nice to, you know, finish an area in its entirety. In its entirety. Wait. That's a copper sword with a strength slot, so let's equip this one. Alright. Yeah, that's the Dweller of the Deep. Hello. Let's keep Molten Shell up so that we can deal quite a large amount of damage without actually taking too many. Alright. We could go immediately back now, but let's not do that. Alright. This just gives evasion rating, this gives... I do not have the dexterity for it anyway. And this gives just armor, but not block recovery speed, so no. Fuck off. This is a magical copper sword. God damn it, not that one, this one. And it adds fire damage. Nice. Because we still are the Emerald. So we do not need fire. This is going to be physical and fire. Well, mostly physical, but a slight pinch of fire, as with molten shell and I don't know, added fire damage, support chance, I guess. Because just dealing one elemental isn't, the smartest thing to do. Because if something is immune or highly resistant against the elemental of your choice, then you will not be able to kill it. So even if you deal large amounts of physical damage, if that's the only damage that you can deal, that's a bad build. Well, at least I think. I think that that would be a bad build. If you're co-oping with somebody else, or just playing in a party, it might not be as bad, but if you're soloing, like me, then it is bad to just deal one elemental. You don't have to 50-50 balance the two damage sources out, but you still need a little bit more of a different elemental damage to actually sometimes complete entire areas. Yeah, we already, cleared this area out, so let's just run fast. If we had actually, if we had the, how you call it, the shield charge, this would have gone much faster. Because that skill actually, causes you to kind of charge in a certain direction, and thus, causes you to move faster. If there's an area with lots and lots of turns, then it wouldn't be faster. But that's neither here nor there. Alright. Ooh, transmutation. Alright. Now, just in the middle of them, place yourself in the middle, so that if your molten shell ruptures, then you hit as many targets as possible. But that's not really, quite so easy if everybody just goes in, shoots you from range, dickheads. So increase attack speed, that's what's the fourth thingy. Alright, now we will go this way probably, and then via the endurance charge up to resolute technique, and then down towards the blades shit, and then first blood magic, just quickly blood magic, and then into the blade shit. And yeah, probably maybe if we do not have enough dexterity, just quickly these three somewhere if we do not have enough dexterity for the next tier of swords. We can live with 3 levels not equipping the next tier swords, so yeah, that's pretty quick. This game lets you level pretty quick. Aw, exploded while no one was there. That's sad. Come on. Aw. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Come on. Do it. Do it. Thank you. Why doesn't my thorn damage actually... Is it thorn damage for only melee attack? Yeah, it's thorn damage for only melee attackers. That's strange. I think. Yeah. Super jade headshot? No, fuck that. We want to be doing a sword and board build. A sort of paladin style build, because I'm also going to... Wait, am I level 9 already? Yeah, I am level 9. once we finish this episode, I will have a certain skill gem, which causes me to, with every block that I do a cone of damage with a certain, percentage of my attack damage towards the blocked attack, which is quite powerful if you are blocking quite a lot. Because it's not like you have to, actually undergo an animation with dealing that damage. That damage just comes out instantly and just, like that. So it's pretty powerful because during whatever you're doing, maybe whirlwinding, maybe shield charging, maybe just, generally cleaving or heavy striking, if you block something, you automatically deal a lot more damage towards that area.
The earth of Rayclast rejects the dead. The black spirit of storm and dream now reaches into the ground and raises up our slain imperial foes. It leads the fallen from their graves and drives them to fight us beyond the end, rotted tooth and jagged nail. Our own remembered have joined their cursed ranks. No longer may we give our beloved to the birds, messengers of spirit to the sky, conveyors of flesh to the earth. Calm has commanded us to destroy our remembered with axe and fire. Calm is the bravest of us, willing to bear the ire of the ancestors for the survival of his people.
When bones walk, they are not Karui.
That's true, Amor. His ancestors probably would not be, condoning them for his actions of saving his own damn people. Alright, second. Yeah, I had to answer a question from my mom for a second. Just if I did let my dog out. Who let the dog out? That was me. Because that was my task, actually. Come on, hit me. Thank you. It's so nice to actually see the explosion. It's so satisfying. Just like boom! And if you have a high level, molten shell, you actually, kill everything around you. Or high enough fire damage, I guess. Which I will probably not do any kind of fire damage bonus in this build. So it's not going to deal that much damage in the late game, but it's still a nice animation. Alright, let's get this silver coin. I do get a lot of silver coins now though. How many percentage is that? 12. It's half of my current percentage, just so fuck off. Alright. The weird thing about rings and belts is that even though you level up your character and progress to the game, there isn't any better belts or rings anywhere to be found. In the next update, the first high level ring is going to get into the game, which is basically these iron rings but then stronger. But that's the first one in like ever, which is kind of weird. I think there are certain there are certain legendary rings which are pretty powerful in terms of comparison to just normal rings, but there aren't any ring tiers, which is because everything else has a certain tier. It's kind of weird. Alright, molten shell this up. Attack me, hit me. Thank you. Where are you going? Get over here. It's just, I'm lazy. I want them to kill themselves. So that I can say, stop hitting yourself. Alright. Well, we are from the cliffside to the climb. Once we get into the actual, I call it Prisoner's Gate, then I will return back to Lionel's Watch, end this episode, and do another, I call it dialogue episode, and then call it for quitsies on this day though, because it is getting pretty late for me. I need to go and do something. Well, it's not something that I have to do, but well, kind of. I want to go and exercise a bit because I'm a little bit chubby. I'm not like super fat or anything. Well, compared to most people in my country, I am. My country is pretty healthy in general. Mostly because it's notorious for actually, everyone riding their bikes towards their work or something like that. It's pretty funny actually. If you think about my country, some people think about cheese, some people think about wooden shoes, some people think about weed, and some people think about people who always are riding their bicycles. Which there's one who is different from the other in that summary of my country. One of these things just doesn't belong here. Well, it still does, I guess. I'm not one to use drugs though. No sir. I kind of like to have control of over my own body, and I do not even like to drink that much. I like the taste of wine, but nothing else actually. Well, alcohol-free beer with a touch of how you call it, citrus juice or something.
Every
Not
death brings me life.
not lemon juice is in English, not lime juice but lemon, the yellow sour thing. It's called Radler, RADDAEL, and that's what I kind of like to drink in terms of, well, originally alcoholic beverage, because it like I said, it comes with a zero alcohol variation of it, and that I like more than actually the one with alcohol in it, which is kind of weird. I think I like alcohol less beer more than like beer, so it's, I'm a special snowflake, yeah. Not like that. I just generally do not like the taste of alcohol, mostly. Alright. Liner standard. What is this? Oh yeah. This isn't, with any dialogue, there's just the text. There's no honor without sacrifice. So, Lion Eye. Was it created by the Karui, or was it created by Eternal Empire, or was it even created after the Karui, were extinguished by the... were extinct and made extinct by the atrocities of the Nightmare? Because if there's no honor without sacrifice, if it is, in terms of the Karui, then it would imply that, they sacrificed some of their, burial rituals to, make sure they don't die, or even. But if it's about the Eternal Empire, then it might mean like the sacrifice that they made is they knew they would lose the kind of war against the Karui, so they sacrificed some of whatever they did to create the nightmare or
Yes,
something.
I call
do
you
not know.
warrior. Your eyes have already swept your surroundings, identifying threats and escape routes. There is anticipation in your stance, deadly focus in the easy ebb and tide of your breath. Yours is a heart that fights with every beat. I have need of a heart like that. In that haunted place there, a Karui's spirit awaits you. Lost he was, more than 2 centuries ago, fallen beyond battle. Bring him to me so that I might return him to his rightful place. It takes a warrior to find a warrior.
Alright, the Karui spirit here has lingered for 2 centuries, so that's 200 years, if I'm correct. So, if it's spirit that lasted here 200 years, then it is implied that the person that the spirit belonged to is somewhat older than that. So, because ruins, if you look at Line Eyes, the area of Line Eye's watch, if you look at that, it kind of looks like ruins, but they are ruins who aren't, that worn out in terms of time. So 200 years isn't enough for something to, look like ancient ruins, but it is enough time to make something a ruin. So my best guess is that Line Eye's watch was actually created by the Karui. That's my interpretation of this, in any case. So if that's indeed created by the Karui, then this Line Eye's, flag is about all the sacrifices that the Karui made to ensure their survival against the ongoing hordes of zombies, basically. Alright. Luckily this isn't a time constraint thing, because I do not like time constraints. That's probably why I'm so casual with uploading times. Like, most people do not like to watch hour-long episodes of stuff, but I'm like super casual in that case, because I upload 1 hour episodes, and I like longer episodes of Let's Plays to watch for myself. I don't know, mostly because I just can mostly if something is under time constraints, it's prone to a lot of editing and stuff, and since I kind of like the unedited versions of things, because that's just more personal, that would also imply that I like stuff that is a little bit longer. Alright. That's basically why I do what I do. Although, having said that, this gameplay that you're watching right here is probably going to be max 20-25 minutes of gameplay, and last episode was 17 minutes of gameplay. So yeah, that's pretty short for my, you know, usual how you call it, usual content. What does the Union of Souls mean? Oh, they get bigger and stronger with every kill. Alright. Oh yeah, I couldn't carry that. My bad. So all members of a bloodline pack. Sure, why not? Portal scroll, nice. So that we can actually, you know, portal scroll out of shit if you want to. Hello, Karui spirits. These things can be quite devastating though. But luckily this one isn't that devastating. Well, having said that, I almost died there. Well, not almost.
I cannot carry this.
Wait, let's just get this out of the way. Alright. Oh no. Let's just pop our swiftness potion and dodge all these landmines. I mean, you probably won't kill me. No, they don't. They don't even come close to killing me with just one. Well, if I'm like in the middle of this, getting hit by two, it kind of maybe hurts a little bit. it didn't, but alright. This is pretty easy. No. There are versions of that.
Spirit returned to feast with the ancestors and be born once more into the Karui way. We shall speak again when next you come to Lion Eye's watch. But there is much that we might yet share, my ally.
I do like Haku. His personality, I mean. But there are versions of this mission that are a lot more challenging, like a time constraint on getting back, a time constraint on getting to the Karui spirit, and traps like those mines, which actually deal quite a large amount of damage.
The Black Spirit infects living flesh and bone. The animals suffered first. Their bodies changed, their eyes filled with a hatred of mankind that is beyond instinct. Now it is we who must bend and bow like saplings before the sea-born gale. The firstborn of the Kingdom of Calm greeted us this day. The firstborn of the Kingdom of Calm was buried this day. Even our children are not spared the Black Spirit's touch. What have we done to enrage Rayclast? We look to Calm. Our king will lay the spirit of this land at peace.
The Black Spirit. Lavianga speaks of Kitava, father of corruption.
Yeah. The Black Spirit is probably indeed the incarnation of Kitava. Well, in terms of the Karui religion, I guess. Which I do like religion in terms of artistic means. in the real world, religion needs to be taken with a grain of salt. Like every religion needs to be taken with a grain of salt. That's why I'm agnostic, because even atheism, you know, well, you know, atheism is a lack of belief, so it isn't strictly a religion. It's still, you know, you cannot rule out any, you know, supernatural. Mostly because, you know, I have encountered some things in real life that aren't strictly seen as normal, like maybe even a little bit, you know, how you call it, actually, you know, in the realm of supernatural, but yeah, That's just like things that just feel too coincidental, or just things that you shouldn't have known but you do know, stuff like that, or just certain dreams that are just a little bit too detailed to be dreams, or a little bit all-encompassing to be dreams. The mind is a strange organ. The brain is a strange organ, and the mind comes from the brain. So, there's lots and lots of possibilities of, your own mind tricking you to, believing something that just totally has no basis in reality. Because, it's pretty strange. Still, I don't know. I don't rule anything out, but I also take everything with a grain of salt. Like certain, certain people
slave is not a
claim
man.
that they can talk to.
Slave is not even worthy of death.
That's not really nice for you to say, Emberbore. If it's a slave that is willing to be a slave, then I can live with you, but a slave mostly doesn't choose to be a slave. So yeah, you can't say anything about that, Emberbore. I'm sorry. But yeah, like people that claim that they can talk to the dead, and people that they can claim that they, can see the future, or claim that they can feel auras around people, or just general, helping. I don't know, like communicating with spirits to help you. Like some things are, you probably just you see it and you then immediately decide like, oh, that's total bullcrap, because most things are. But if it happens to you and you have not been, connecting with that person like in your whole life, and he still knows things that he does or she doesn't, doesn't. There's no way that they can actually know the stuff that they're saying, and still they go in the right direction. And well, not even in the right direction. I encountered somebody that claimed that they can talk to dead people, and just I didn't know them, and just they immediately, without saying anything else or questioning anything else, he said the name, the surname, and the last name of somebody that died, and told me that they still actually, kind of look over me. And it wasn't, well, it looked kind of like a certain nut job, hobo-like figure, but it was creepy, man. It was like, it just was a person which came up to me inside a subway, well, inside a public transport, told that, and then 10 seconds later his stop came by, he stepped out of the train. I was left with a what the fuck just happened face, just to think about what just happened, basically. Alright, I noticed that I'm almost level, that I almost have a level up. Yeah, that's level up. And let's go towards Lioneye for another dialogue episode, and then calling it for a day. Let's level up again. Not the two-handed, this one. The one-handed. This is the attack speed and the extra strength, damage and attack speed. Yeah. The reason why I like one-handed also is because they have generally more attack speed. Alright. I'll do another dialogue episode right after this. I'll see you listeners in the next one. Bye bye.